This was going to be another in a series of videos that I need to start posting about Project Gun Day. This was going to be a project gun where it's taken apart and repaired, refinished, rejuvenated, whatever it needs, and then moved on. But as I got to looking at this, I can't do that to this gun. This is a Benelli SL121. It's pre the SL80. It is pre the Benelli date coding that started in 74. So somewhere between the start of production of these in 69 and 74, when the date markings started to be put on the receiver, is where we're at with this. And this shows use and wear. The stock has a bunch of dings and dents. The forend, not a lot, but a little bit. And the receiver, all of the sharp edges have wear showing, where it's worn through the anodization. But it's in ridiculously good shape for the age, and it just feels so nice and original that I can't take it apart and refinish the stock and Cerakote the receiver and change all of the awesomeness that this is right now. So, additionally, as I started to try to research this a bit, I found that there's not a lot of information about this model at all, especially when it came to disassembly of the bolt. Most Benellis, almost all modern Benellis, the charging handle pulls straight out and you drop the bolt out. That's not the way this one works. So let's take a look at how this comes apart, just for posterity. And if anybody has any thoughts or anybody looking for information on this model, we're just going to do a quick strip of it and put it back together and see how it runs. Spoiler alert, it runs beautifully. So first thing, we're just going to pop this off. And with that off, it quickly and easily drops itself almost entirely apart, which leaves us with a couple parts. The forend, nothing unique about it. It's a forend. We'll put that aside. The lower receiver and the magazine. First of all, when I got it, it was only taking 2 in the magazine because it had a stop. We'll take the stop out because we want as many in the magazine as we can. And the lower receiver has the fire control group and the elevator and trigger and all that kind of good stuff. And we don't have to do anything with that, so we're going to set that aside. All right, that leaves us with the barrel and the upper receiver and the bolt. The bolt removal is not with the pulling out of the charging handle that's held in by a C-clip like most modern Benellis, but is instead started by removing a screw in the back of the bolt that we can get to by sliding the bolt backwards and taking a screwdriver and carefully because the screw is not a part that you're going to find anywhere easily. So there's a screw that holds in the firing pin and spring and the charging handle. With that, the bolt comes out. The barrel and upper receiver is down to the barrel and upper receiver. And we've got the bolt that is very simple at this point. There's only a couple parts. And there we have everything almost completely disassembled. We're not taking off the strut because there's no need to. It just pivots on that pin, and we've got the extractor that we're not going to take out because it just pivots just like a normal extractor. That's really it for, other than the fire control group, a complete disassembly. So let's put it back together and see how it runs. So I'm going to put that in there, and this is going to go in here. And this is not going to go in here. This is not going to go there because that spring is necessary. Now, it's going to happen. And we're going to put this back in. Right in. And we're going to get the charging handle back in there. And then the spring, or firing pin and spring, keeping the notch pointed down because that's where the screw goes through to engage and hold it in place. And we put the screw in and tighten her up. And I'm going to change hands because I'm double-handed, and we got to make sure that we get this tightened properly. Nice and snug, and ready to reassemble. Our lower receiver, we've got our upper receiver and bolt. We're going to drop the strut in to the dimple that it rides in, and we're going to get the bolt, or the barrel, into the magazine, and she's back together. Flooring slides on. Everything's mating tightly. And let's go ahead and load her up. We're going to do 5 rounds of Piachi 7.5. And we are going to put one in. And put four up. And we're going to readjust. Let's just move this so the post is not right anymore. And we're just going to see if she runs. That is a sweet running gun. I can't touch that. That is perfect the way it is. So next time there'll be a real project, and I gotta find somebody to buy this one. So I'm going to do that, and I will see you next time.